So, just a quick stream tonight. Sorry, I'm just moving something down. So, yeah, it's been a while. Let's put it that way. I figured it out now when it was last live. Good question, he asked. Actually, probably should look at my phone. Probably would be the best idea because obviously it's important. We might as well make use of it. Um, get the money, but isn't that right? I'm thrown into that grand jury and what they called that's convicted Donald Trump and what they called Georgia, the one the spokesman for the jury. Uh, she's pretty tough. Not gonna lie to you. So I would advise you not to look it up. 2 weeks ago, about give or take, about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so and we did upload videos last week. I think again. No, oh, 2 days ago. Yeah, then there was one 3 days ago and then 2 weeks ago. Yeah, very inconsistent the last one. Let's put that way. But yeah, so I'm here for a while now. Probably only here to 10:30, but yeah, so we can just chill out and relax. Not really too much planned, you know. Yeah, like a few months ago we were just bussing. We were live streaming all the time. Now it's just too much going on to live stream, not do anything. Yeah, it's interesting. Let me see now. So a lot going on too in the last few weeks. There's many videos I still have to make. There's about 100 topics I have to make videos on. Literally could sit here, if I had a whole day, I could literally sit here from morning to evening trying to record videos. Like, it's insane the amount of videos I have to record and stuff like that. Like, it's actually the definition of insanity. Let's put it that way. The amount of videos I have to talk, the things I have to talk about, different things. Like, ranging from small and minor things to big things, big topics, let's put it that way. So, we're never going to be done, that's mainly what I'm going to say. It's just far too much to make videos on. Hello, Shawnee, how are we today? I'm keeping well, how are you? How is your Tuesday going so far? Well, your Wednesday, sorry. What am I doing here? Yeah, sorry, I totally clicked something by mistake. So yeah, not much planned again, it's just a quick stream, just to say hello. People probably think I'm dead. Because many people have actually wondered what the fuck I was doing the last few weeks. Why is that not happening, basically? Oh, good now. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Ooh, that's probably an email or a notification. Well, it's notification, okay. An email or notification. You can't do either one. But yeah, a lot going on the last weeks. That's why I haven't got chats to live stream, to put it bluntly. But yeah, lot. So yeah, but no. So any fun with anybody? Any crack? Any fun? Actually, give me a moment, though. Give me 2 seconds. Just to do something. 1 second. Cat on my door. Sorry about that. She has food and all that, so I think she's fine. So I think she's fine at the moment. There's food and milk there, so we say she's she's having a good time that way. So yeah, basic stuff. I know, but next year, particularly summertime next year, is going to be very busy on the channel. Particularly probably for a week or two next year, it's going to be bussing. That's what that way. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. All going to plan, but that's the thing. So that week you be just sick of me. Let's put it that way. Or maybe for 2 weeks you might be just sick of me. You might be like, please just go away. Because literally every 10 seconds of the day there'd be something put up. During them 2 weeks, and that's less than probably a year away now at this stage. But a lot of stuff going on that time, so I have a lot to do that time. So I'm not gonna spoil it yet, but see how it goes. But watch the space, I suppose, that time next year. Hello, how are we doing? Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. Technically it's nearly Wednesday, so it's the middle of the week, midweek. Oh, already would believe it. I found like the week flew so far. It feels like it should be just Monday, not even Tuesday, going into Wednesday. It feels like time flew. Hello, happy birthday, Fiona. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good birthday so far. Hope you're having a great day. I couldn't speak there for a second. But hope all is well. I put it up in the community. I know you asked me the other day. I put it up in the the community post. Your birthday shout out. See, the last few weeks I haven't got time. You went to the zoo. Oh, very fancy. I'm presuming Dublin Zoo. I was in Dublin Zoo one stage back. Oh no, that's a good while ago now. Probably 2015, 2016, something like that. It's a good zoo. No bother. Well, as long as you enjoyed the zoo. Did you go for tea with the president? It's Wednesday. Yeah, you're probably on the other side of the world. We have to wait and see. As I say, in December we will know more. Say nothing until you hear more. The one in the country reference right there. Say nothing until you hear more, and then we watch the space. Let's put that way. We're not gonna say much. Let's put that. So yeah, as long as you enjoyed this, it's very good. My comment wasn't on the stream. You mean? It's probably just a glitch. It wouldn't pass much rock. It fixed itself. Like what was it? The other day, when I was putting up a video, well, not really a video, but it was on the community post. It was roasting at the zoo. You wouldn't want to be a penguin that if it was roasting. Imagine that. But I don't think there's a penguin in Dublin School. Maybe there is. Because it'd be far too warm, probably even in this country, for penguins. Maybe they would have enclosed ice kind of captures or whatever you call them, cages. So they wouldn't be just let one wild. And that's what I. But yeah, it has been very hot now. It's been very moist, not really hot, but very moisturous. There was penguins. Well, ice tank. Sorry. Yeah, there probably was penguins. I can't really remember the last time I was there. I remember seeing monkeys and stuff like that when I was in the zoo, but I can't remember what I was seeing. Yeah, I can't really remember. Again, that's 2015. That's the last time. I have to go some other time to the zoo. And they can pop in to see Drew too when I'm there. And Mickey D. Pop in for tea. They looked roasted. They were roasted out of it. Would you like to be a tea in the door? good time anyway. I know the country's fucked anyway. That's what I. It's not busting at the moment. That's what I. Bang. Wait and see. Let's put it out. We have to wait and see. Very impatient people. Only joking. But yeah, we wait and see. Watch this space, as I say. Time will tell. Let's put out. I probably should have put. I knew it was kind of go live. I didn't know what time it was going to go live today. Be totally honest, I kind of aiming for 8 o'clock and stuff like that, but that didn't work out. So I probably should have put up in the community post to see. It's so hard nowadays to predict when I'd be live, I suppose. I need to see into the future. It'd be handy if we could see into the future. It'd be very good. It'd be very handy to have. Don't you know? So yeah, any other fun happening with anybody? Anybody doing anything fun last week or so? I don't know if the music's good. There's a few choices I had. Hello everyone, how are you doing? It's been a while since I've been here in general, let's put that way. So you know God save the Queen, man. God save the Queen. That's just I'm gonna pull every time I don't know what to say. Pull a Joe Biden. He's pulling a Joe. He's pulling Joe. Joe Biden. Wake up, Joe. Wake up, Joe. So, yeah, well, to be totally honest, at least then they could say, oh, it's just Joe Biden. Nobody questions it. They're just like, oh, it's Joe Biden. As soon as you do something wrong or something like that, you just say, oh, I'm Joe Biden. And everybody's just like, oh, Joe Biden. And you just basically just accept it. Basically, it's that way. It's a good political strategy. And then just say, God save the Queen. God save the Queen, man. Joe Biden. And we're not going to be live for long tonight. We're probably just going to 10:30. And that's probably good enough. But yeah, I probably will make a video. Because a lot of people have asked why the fuck am I not doing as much as I used to do. So probably better explain in the video. But yeah, it's a good few things. That's what we better thing compact into a video now to explain it. But just the gist of it, that I'm very busy with work and doing things. And then obviously when you get home in the evening, you're just a bit too tired to do things, particularly live streams and stuff like that. And because you usually are about 2 hours or so, and you're constantly talking and stuff like that. So it does tire you out. And then obviously videos and stuff like that. It takes a good bit of time and stuff to do and edit and do different things. Even though I try and keep it as authentic as possible, videos and stuff like that. Usually I don't do too much editing with it, but you do bits and bobs, but you cut bits and bobs out of it and you do things like that. But not over the top kind of editing, but still it takes time nonetheless. And when you're tired in the evenings, it's just like you know. So yeah, when that happens, it's not busting. Bum, 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 bum. I say everybody's gone to see Barbie here. I know. I say everybody loves watching that movie. Are we all Oppenheimers? Kind of. Are we all Barbie? Kind of weird question to ask now. I don't even think I need to ask that question. To be totally honest, I hate the modern Twitter. Even though Elon Musk has made it a bit more free speech. I don't like the way he branded it to X, to be totally honest. I might as well tell you straight. What is happening? Hello, Sean. Apparently, do you like Elon? Well, he's done a good thing by buying Twitter, but some of the decisions he came up with and some of the things, like for example, for a while, he was talking about limiting how many tweets you can see because obviously, if you don't subscribe to Twitter Blue, you won't be allowed to see as much, things. And, that was stupid. Because let's be fair, you didn't buy the platform to make a profit. It was for free speech and stuff like that. So this is kind of breaking now. News. So there's breaking news at the moment. So Revolut, kind of the app, Revolut app. Um, well, with the Bank of Ireland app, for example, you can withdraw basically unlimited money. That's what happens. So the country's fucked. The banks are going to collapse tonight. Going by what this is saying, it's not possible. So, I don't really know. I have seen this now. It's not busting. I use Revolut, but I don't really know what the fuck to make of it. So yeah, so it's something to do with the Bank of Ireland money app, apparently, and it's allowing people with no money in their transfer account to magically get 1,000 or 10,000 into Revolut account, and basically the big queues coming at ATMs and stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. What the fuck? Also, I found the most cost thing imaginable, and I was looking up about it. I'm sure you did this. Well, let's be fair. The Bank of Ireland, like we all know, the banks are the worst people to fuck around with because they would fuck with you very hard. Let's put it. Not you in general, Sean, but You know yourself, they would send people to your property and we possess your property. Uh, or just fuck you over in every conceivable way and take every penny off you. Because let's be fair, the courts will always favour the banks and stuff like that, if it went to court and stuff like that. So if you don't get, if Bank of Ireland doesn't get its money back, they're going to take it off you by force. Let's put that way. To anybody who did it, like, let's be fair, they're going to go with a vengeance, because they're the worst people to meet. I'm trying to describe this tweet that I've just seen because I was just like, I clicked on Revolut and Bank of Ireland because it's trending on Twitter. Oh, okay, in the game, Sean, in the game. No, but I'm not saying you in general, but in the game. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen many times the worst people to mess with the banks, because to be totally honest with you, the moment AIB and Bank of Ireland with Ulster Bank gone, they're making killing. The Ulster Bank and AIB are making the killing. Like, literally, they are literally getting, huge amount of money. Also, this, I'm going to use some language that I never used before, but this random, when I clicked on this thing, right, well, not really thing, but the way you see in your Twitter feed, what's trending in the country, Revolut or Bank of Ireland, things like that. And the first thing that came up with this random slut, and I use that lightly, but this random stuff being like, oh, if you PayPal me €6,000 or Revolut me, see, I think that's why it came up. The way you click on the side, it says trending topics, and the Revolut is the most trending topic at the moment. And Alan was like, why is that? And the first thing that came up was this slut saying, oh, send me fucking €5 billion, and I messaged you on Twitter or something like that. So, Elon Musk, please suspend. Uh, Apologies for the that kind of word, but yeah, not possible. Not the best thing you ought to see. Yes, it's 5 p.m. But yeah, but the damage is probably already done. But let's be fair, the bike, anything you take out of an ATM or even online, they can trace the Bank of Ireland AIB. They can trace. They have literally receipts of what you're buying and things like that. Or what you send the money, who you're sending the money to, and things like that. Like, they can see it, I'm sure. But yeah. So. But yeah. The banks are going to collapse. The banks are going to collapse. People probably will get arrested for doing this now. So it's not looking possible. So yeah. But yeah, interesting. Nigeria. Yeah, remedy ads. Yeah, there's a good view of them. Well, this YouTube has always kind of been a lot of fake ads and stuff like that on the homepages and stuff like that. You wonder how YouTube can't perfect like the billion, like huge amount of money they can invest into making sure it's legit and all that. But Twitter is not getting, like, let's be fair, even that situation that I described there, I don't even use Revolut. That's the thing. I only use PayPal. That's the only thing I use. But you know, like I wouldn't use it. After this, now I never want to use it. I remember at one stage I was thinking about using Revolut and stuff, but after that, you kind of know. Because let's be fair, the banks could just say, "Oh, you did it," and they bring you to court and you lose everything. You know, because literally the banks can do that. Literally, because literally the banks are nearly as powerful as the politicians, and the banks just basically won the country. Because every time they get into any trouble, oh, the taxpayer will bear that. Anytime we, get into any financial difficulty, oh, it's left to the exchequer. So, banks and collapse tonight. So yeah, we'll go for another few minutes. So any other fun happening with anybody? Any other crack? Oh yeah, Sean Mack's still here for a second. It was something interesting that happened the other day. Particularly because we talked about it on stream. I think Aaron only was here at the time too. We talked about this is back a few months ago now. We talked about this. I would describe it in a second. I don't know. I probably should start describing it as well, so you know. So basically, I think one stream we were talking about React content, take example, and I think I don't know. I must have brought it up that there was a YouTuber from England came over trialing the film Gouda stations, particularly in Irish Town and Blanchardstown and things like that. And he was filming the Gouda station out the foot to white and things like that, trying to provoke a reaction, I suppose. I don't know if you remember that specifically. I don't know if I don't know. It might have been 2 months ago. Audit, I suppose. Audit the police station. React, I suppose too. So, good news about that. Well, not really good news, but it didn't work out for him. That's what. Sorry, it is looking through something. So basically, the fellow that I'm talking about, I don't know if you know who I'm talking about exactly, but basically, he was in the UK and he was filming a police station, and they detained him, I think, under the Terrorist Act, right, for assault, right, and I don't think he thought he was going to be detained and things like that, but they found a load of drugs on him, let's put it that way. So he's in prison for the next 6 years for, I don't know, large quantity of drugs possession or whatever. Along with a few other offences, obviously, because many times he kind of went to police stations and things like that, filmed police stations, and got in trouble for it. So a lot of drugs, basically. Let's put it that way. So if he probably maybe came down with loads of drugs, because let's be fair, Dublin Airport's literally wide open to the ends at this stage. They might as well live as an open air prison or something like that. Just let anybody walk in the door. Because at this stage, that's what nearly. Well, to be totally honest, we don't have to do that because it already is it. Let's put that way. So So that's what happened at the moment. So he's not going to be around for a long time. Let's put that way. So yeah, he's not looking busting. And particularly because, again, as I said, I think he had something like 20 lawsuits against the police. He was taking lawsuits against the police. For example, he was filming the Gouda station in Cavan, right? And the Gouda came over and asked him, state your business, what are you doing? What's your business being filming the Gouda station in Cavan, right? And he could perfectly say, oh, it's my own legal business, right? But he provokes, he wouldn't give them answer, he wouldn't answer them, right? And he gives them the smart remark and things like that for them to, say, we're not satisfied with your answer, we're going to detain you. Uh, because we're not satisfied with your answer. So we're going to detain you. And he would sue the police, say, for example. He would say, oh, they wrongfully arrest me. You know, but generally he would kind of provoke them into searching them. Take, for example, they searched them because they thought he would have a weapon or God forbid or something like that. And many times he sued the police and stuff like that. Even though sometimes the police were the aggressor, we'll say that in one or two cases there was just two nut jobs of police. Basically, one case particularly was a woman officer, which was just a nut case. Kicked the phone out of it, well, pushed the phone out of his hand and things broke, damaged his phone or whatever. Uh, like obviously that's grounds to sue, but you know, many of the instances he was in, he kind of provoked them to arrest them. You know, so I don't know how that's going to go because you know I don't think he really has much of a leg to stand on. So. So, you know, main story is I'm getting into recording Gouda Station React content. I'm going to record all the Gouda stations in the country for them views. Imagine that now. That'd be pretty funny. I probably would get arrested day one. Like, I don't see the need with it. Like, I wouldn't mind if it was an important building, something like the Eiffel Tower or something like that, but why would Gouda Station? They arrested Bulldog. Oh, right, did they? Right. Well, the police in England are not doing too well at the moment, let's put it that way. I don't even think I have to. Well, I talked about Yorkshire and stuff like that. I think if there ever was a lawsuit a family could take out or anything like that, or mother or father, or an individual on what a police officer did, taking a woman out of a cupboard that had autism, and arresting them under the ground of them just making a comment that wasn't even directed at the person, it's not going to be looking for busting for West Yorkshire Police. Let's put it that way. So we'll talk about it in the millions in damages and stuff like that, and emotional damage and stuff like that. So, and obviously just the sheer backlash they have to deal with. So, it's not going to look busting for them. So I look forward to West Yorkshire Police getting a big lawsuit. Yeah, probably. Well, there was a lot of trouble in England the last few weeks. A lot of riots, particularly I think in Oxford Street in some part of London. There was a looting kind of spree. When I get up in the morning, I go down the town. I go to the streets in town. I say, ooh, 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 ooh. You see, ooh, 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 ooh. So yeah, I said we're going in a few minutes now. Oh, you definitely are in some cases. Particularly in that case, you would really wonder how 7 of them said, this is okay, we can do this, we're allowed to do this. You question it. Well, you question Ron Gowdish in the Canada sometimes too, but it seems like poor Drew might not be there much longer. And Helen McAtee might not be there much longer either. So, pour them. Pour me a river, all the women coming. So, oh yeah, but they're definitely out, and they wouldn't do anything. Oh yeah, convince anybody in Dublin. Yeah, she walked around with a Galway escort, and there was a man in a kind of a cul-de-sac or what, at the foot of a place, and he had a not really a short or something like that, but he looked like a drug dealer straight up, you know. And I was just looking at him, and it didn't look well because the cameras were there, so it didn't look well. So I don't know how she would feel if she was walking on her own. Let's put that way, with no Galway escort, you know, or a big pile of photographers or things like that. I don't think anybody would feel safe. I tell you straight, I wouldn't really feel. Well, it didn't look, it didn't go their way. Let's put that way. The photo op. It didn't go well, so obviously didn't nail that segment. It's randomly disappeared from all three's archives. But they did show, you know, Helen McEntee walking her own for 5 seconds, but there was about 10 gals that were behind her, with the armed support unit and the army behind her too. And a big aircraft carrier in the lift, something like that. But yeah, the police in England too, they have a lot to say. They have a lot to answer for, because let's be fair, just stop oil, take for example. You could argue they have a right. They do have a right to protest. We can't stop them from doing it, you know. But they have, at the end of the day, too, they can't really sit and glue themselves to the road and not let people go to the hospital, go to funerals and things like that. That's really just disrupting, disrupting the public. You know, disrupting the public, and this justified for arrest, prosecution, and stuff like that. But the police are very slow to do anything about that. But it does justify it, because it'd be different if they were on the footpath, they were on the road for, and they were walking at a decent pace. At the moment in time, what they're doing in England is they're going at a snail's pace. The snail would need to go faster than them. So it's just about disruption and cause chaos. So, but the police don't care and don't want to do anything about it. But yeah, so. Never heard of him, never heard of him, never heard of him in my life. Never heard of him. Shorts are the new thing now on YouTube. They're just that popular now. In years to come now, there won't even be YouTube videos or live streams, just so I'll be shorts and stuff like that. Same as what TikTok basically is. That's basically all the apps are trying to project. It's just shorts. I wouldn't know down. I, I I don't know. I've probably seen one short, because I never click on them or never look at them. In the last, I've probably seen only about 2 shorts in the whole month of YouTube. But like this last month, I've only seen about one, so I don't be looking at shorts at all. I know a lot of people actually do just watch shorts on YouTube nowadays. Like, it is probably just the way forward now. Because I think YouTube's promoting people to do it. Like, I got an email at one stage from YouTube saying, "Oh, do shorts and stuff like that." I think they say you get better revenue or something if you did turn on, I don't know what ads or something. I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't give a shit about it. To the answer. I see. But yeah, I say I probably will go in a second or two anyway. Uh, we'll probably be back Friday, I say. Uh, Also, just a FYI, just randomly, there's this girl that I knew in school, for example. Well, not went in school. She was a few years behind me, right? And she's gone to private school now, and I'm just like, if you were going to private school, would you not just go from first year instead of just going when you're just after doing your junior, so take example? What's the point in going for the last 2 years, and paying a huge absorbent amount of money for only 2 years? What's the like? I'd love to know the logic on why like you would leave after 3 years in a secondary school and you're going to a private school now. Does anybody have any insight in that? I suppose because it just kind of baffled me that especially because she was popular in her year and things like that. She was very heavily involved in her school and stuff like that. Like, I didn't get that at all. But yeah, I do get what's the benefit, I suppose. If I was going to a private school, right, and I was paying for, take example, or if I was my daughter, whatever, my son, right, um, I would say, look, it's better to go when you're in first year and you go into your leaving cert and you pay for that to get points in the leaving cert, is it? But at the end of the day, what's really the point of it? Yeah, the points. Funny. No, but I still wouldn't do it. If I got £1,000,000, I wouldn't do it. I don't think. Even when I was back there, I wouldn't have left. Maybe the first year, maybe you could. If I was only a few months there, I would have been like, yeah, maybe. But at the end of the day, who gives a shit? That's for that. Especially because it'd be expensive enough now. I'm saying you'd be paying a good few thousand. We're talking, it's a pretty penny. Let's put that in. It's definitely a pretty penny. Without a lot. Really competitive. Like I just don't know. I think it's just parents being fucking too up in the head to my daughter. I want my daughter to be fucking the king of England or something like that. Whatever, because it's just I think parents have too much expectation of their children. And they're like, oh, when you go to private school, you'll be a big success star, or a YouTuber, or a Twitch streamer, or something like that. And you're just like, no, just no. Because at the end of the day, they can't get just the same education, but you pay for the luxury of it. So, why? It's just a bad. So that's why we should all move to Finland where there's no private schools, all public schools, because equality. Which is actually true. There's not many private schools in Finland at all. Because equality. It's a waste. But I think it's all just the biggest load of bullshit. To be totally honest. Forget by French and German and Spanish. But I don't see the point. I know her elder sister, I think, might have went to private school. But I can't really, I didn't know what happened. I knew the younger sister more than I knew the elder sister. I know half of her. I talked a few times, but I don't get it, to be too honest. Especially when you have loads of friends involved for the school football team and things like that. I just don't get it. I kind of don't understand. I wouldn't mind if it was first year, but I'm very confused. Especially because she actually, this is the best part, she actually done nearly the best in her year in school, in the junior sort. Take example. I think she only became about fourth in her year or something like that in the junior sort, out of maybe 200. So, still very good, you're doing well in public school if you're able to achieve that. Like, I don't think you need to get any better, to be totally honest. Maybe you could get up an after two, but, I don't get it. But, so yeah, I think we leave there. But I just spotted the top of that. It was just randomly on my mind, and was just like, So, curious stuff. Truly the height of YouTubing. So yeah, take care, everyone. I'll be back probably Friday. Hopefully 7:06 or something like that. Hopefully we be live. Call of Duty World of War. Which regard? What war? In what regard? If it ever gets remastered, definitely 100%. We're going to play it. Definitely 100%. If it gets remastered, without a shadow of a doubt, bang it on, put it on, live stream. Without a shadow of a doubt, you would have to ask me twice. But last thing before I say, did you see about the new Call of Duty? It's the biggest piece of bullshit. They want you to pay €70 basically for nearly a DLC. €70 for a DLC that you played last year, which I didn't find interesting at all. The new campaign, and they want you to pay €70 for about 3 or 4 new missions, right? And they're just going to rehash old things that don't make any sense. But yeah, we'll talk about that another night. But it's insane. Thank you.